Hey Nesters, it's Nicole in Nesting Haven. Today I filmed for you a Salvation Army thrift with me. This is my favorite Salvation Army in my area, so I thought it would be fun to take you guys along. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, that way you won't miss the thrift haul to this video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I really wanted to find some vintage Easter stuff today, but I didn't have much luck. I did find a couple cute things here, but I decided not to get any of it. These knickknacks here are pretty cute, and then this one up here that is this hand ceramic piece was pretty cutesy, but I decided not to get it. There was a little bit of damage on the back of it, but overall it was pretty cute, and I kind of would have got it if it wasn't damaged. Always looking out for roosters, they're great sellers, and these guys here are pretty cute. They're actually salt and pepper shakers. It took me a minute to figure out where the holes were. They're actually in the front here. Here's some Maine lobster for you guys that are always asking me for it. I love these shelves at the Salvation Army because they're really narrow and it's really easy to quickly scan them and just kind of go down the aisles. Not a whole lot in this section that is vintage, it's kind of, you know, junky, but for the most part you can see it real quickly, so it doesn't take too much time to skim over and find the good stuff. I got distracted by this pink elephant here because pink's a really hot color right now. And it wasn't vintage, so I put it back down, but I completely missed those little cactuses, and I wish I would have picked them up and looked at them. I couldn't quite see them that closely on the video, but they look really cute. I might have picked those up had I grabbed them. And these are kind of interesting, but I don't really feel like these kind of figurines don't sell very well for me, and I don't think they go for that much. I mean, certain types maybe, but they're cute to look at, but I don't really think people tend to gravitate towards them and really want to collect them. But here's a clown, guys. I couldn't help myself but turn them around for you. It makes me laugh how you guys always get freaked out whenever I show clowns on here. They are really good sellers. There is people out there that like to collect them, so I definitely pick them up when they're vintage, and yeah, I don't mind making money off them. They don't creep me out that bad. This was a cute little vintage Japan bookend here. There was only one of them. I didn't pick it up because there was some damage on it, and I don't really mind if there's just one single one, because a lot of people will just put one on the end of their books and, you know, on a shelf and then decorate the rest of the shelf, so, you know, one bookend works. I'm curious if anybody uses plates that are this fancy, if they just use it for decor, because I just couldn't imagine myself using something so nice to just, like, eat off of. This looks like the 1970s to me. Now this is typical of this store. I find a lot of dishes that have these big old chips on them. You can see on the bottom here. We found this neat toy. It is a blaze and it does Papa Wheelies by itself. It's not remote controlled or anything. And it was only $3, so our boys are going to enjoy that. So vintage games always intrigue me, but I'm always nervous because I just don't know if all the parts are there, right? And you know, if I'm not familiar with the game, I mean, take some time to go through it and make sure everything's there, so I kind of shy away from those. I always like to look at the wallpaper. Let me know if you guys like to do that too. I like vintage wallpaper, and there's always some really pretty ones here. They sell theirs for $4.99 a piece, so I don't know if I trust the glue factor of it, if they'll really hang very well for that price. I mean, maybe for $1 I'd try it, but there's some pretty ones here today. I did not know there was a Little Men book that Louise May Alcott put out. I know about Little Women, but I didn't know she made this one. Jocelyn, it's your most favorite thing ever. There's a ton of milk glass down here. They're very reasonably priced at about 99 cents a piece. I'm interested if anybody likes amber glass. If you do, let me know below, because I'm not a huge fan of it. I had some in my collection. I'm decluttering it, and I don't know, I just feel like people don't really like it that much, so I'd just be interested. In case you were wondering, no, I didn't grab any more green glassware. I'm at maximum capacity there. I did think this vase was really pretty here, but I'm just kind of trying to steer away from vases. I've been picking up a lot of them, and I just feel like they're not really great sellers, but that one was really neat. This was an interesting piece here. It kind of has that bubble wrap look to it. It kind of made me laugh. So I think someone would really actually enjoy this. It's not vintage, but it just has that nice copper bottom, and it's a really cool design. So this guy's pretty cool here. He seemed to be in good overall condition, and I think it said it was made in 91, so that is vintage by Etsy standard. I found another nice handmade pottery piece here. There was no price on it, so I put it back. I didn't want to deal with the hassle of that. This is another one of those Atlantic mold canisters. It's missing its lid here. I hauled one of these recently. Mine's much cuter and it's a little bit smaller. And yeah, it was probably around the 70s as well. Mine was, you know, painted. I always love how these old ceramic pieces look like this, these really large ones, but I never know how to display them. I don't typically look at the stuff in boxes, but this intrigued me. So when I open it up, I guess they are some porcelain napkin rings. They're really pretty. I was coming around the corner and on the bottom shelf I spied this vintage trash can here. Thought it was pretty cute. How cute is this cheese board? This is a vintage cheese board here, and even the tray itself is shaped like a butterfly. I thought that was the neatest piece. I collect vintage trivets and I thought there might be some down here, but it was just a bunch of junk. But to my surprise, when I looked up 2 shelves, I found a Pyrex see-in-store container. I was super excited to find this. Anytime I can come across some Pyrex, I'm happy. I always like to glance in the books to see if I can find anything that's vintage, and I did find this really cool Kodak color handbook from the 1950s. I did look this up while I was in the store just to see if it would be worth my time to, you know, resell. They sell for around $8 or $9, and I think this cost $2, so I decided to go ahead and leave it. Now this book is filled with old antique dolls, and you know, clowns scare a lot of people. Dolls are kind of my thing. I think the old dolls are really creepy, and I don't really fancy me to look at this book too much. I think this will probably be the only time that I flip through it. Spoiler alert, but I actually did pick this up to resell in my antique booth to display with some porcelain dolls. I thought it'd be just a nice addition in there. I found this really neat piece that was made in Portland, Maine for the bicentennial. This is the year my mother actually graduated high school, so I thought it was a cool piece. But this towel rack is absolutely gorgeous. I had it in my car, but I ended up putting it back just because I saw some paint issues on the glass and the wood, and there was quite a few dings in it, and I just didn't think I wanted to put the work into it to resell it. I was surprised when I came around the corner. I spied this Pyrex, and I was excited because I never find it at Salvation Army other than one opal I found a couple weeks ago. Now, I was also surprised by the price, $18.99. That is crazy for the thrift store, and especially for a brown piece of Pyrex, which tends to not be so popular. This one was actually made in 1962, and that is actually 22 karat gold. This pattern is called Early American. I do have some of this in my collection. I am missing the lid on my divided dish, but I'm not paying $18.99 for it. This first carafe was really cute with the starburst on it, but there was a chip on the spout. This dispenser also nice, but the plastic had a little bit of a defect in it, so I didn't dare to get it. And this is pretty cool too. I know what I said about the amber glass, but this picture is actually really nice, and for some reason, I'm always drawn to pictures. I just think iced tea is wonderful to drink in the summertime, so I'm always gravitating towards these things. These mugs are another thing I kind of wish I might have grabbed, but I know it came with a 4th one originally that was a blue, and I was missing that, so I wasn't sure about just getting 3 of them. They had a decent selection in their glassware today. I found quite a few vintage glasses, and I found these Pepsi glasses. Now, there was only 1 of these, and then there was 2 of this other one I'm about to show you, and I probably could have made about 5 a piece on them, but where that was just 1 single and then only 2 of the others, I thought it might be hard to sell, and make it worth my while to sell for a good profit, so I decided to just leave those behind. With sport items, I make an exception because I feel like guys don't really care about having sets of things. They just, you know, like the sport they like, and, you know, I think just one single glass, that's their, you know, man glass there, so they're happy with it. I thought these were really nice. They are happy anniversary glasses. They seem to be vintage to me. I haven't looked these up yet, but they look really nice. I really don't like picking up just one single glass, but this one's super cool, so I might have to make an exception. Now, I'm not sure if these are old or not. They kind of look old, but they seem in really good condition, so probably not. But they kind of remind me of my friend Carrie over at Carrie's Corner. She really likes lemons, and she does thrifting too. She likes to, you know, pick up stuff to do more farmhouse style decor. So definitely go check her out if you're into that kind of stuff. So I was surprised to find a third happy anniversary glass here. I don't know if it's some kind of sister wives thing going on here, but I think 2 is a good number. So I don't really think I need to pick up 3 of them. So this is a really neat item. It's in box. I don't know if that means it's new, never been used, or what. It's a portable hairdryer. I have no idea how to use it, so I left it behind. I think you can probably make good money off of it if you know what you're doing with it. This is a box of Fallsgraf plates and dishes. So they're asking $17 for the whole box. I didn't feel like going through it to make sure there wasn't any chips and whatnot. I probably could have made a decent profit on it, but I just didn't feel like dealing with it. So these are interesting. I've never seen these before. It piqued my interest because they say Maine on it. That's the state I live in if you're new to my channel, and I just don't really get the little blue ducks. I'm not sure what that character on the top is supposed to be. These are a vintage sugar and creamer set from Japan. There's a lot of crazing throughout the, you know, pottery piece here. It did have like little mushrooms on it. It was kind of an interesting piece. How cute are these with the little grapes on them here, and it has this really pretty purple on the inside. I really like these. I don't know how old they are. I don't think they're that old, but it's a really nice set, but it's kind of random with 3 bowls and 2 coffee mugs. You guys know I love my vintage recipe pie plates. I found another one. This one's the cherry pie. It's in really great condition. These kind of look like depression glass to me, but I think they're newer. I'm not quite sure what those are, but I thought they were really pretty. You guys know I like my green. And how beautiful is this plate with a leaf on it? It's nothing I need, and I'm not going to get it to resell, but I really thought it was gorgeous. This was a gorgeous piece here. It ended up having a chip on the handle. I don't think it's too old really either. This kind of made me smile here. I had this growing up. It was my mom's china set, I guess, and I think it said it was from 1988 on the back here, so that was kind of fun. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up. That way I know that you are enjoying this kind of content. And we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye!